guys. I wanted to talk to you today about China's Central Television, which is I believe it's the main the Chinese state television network in China. So they have decided to they are now going to be airing NBA games again, which they haven't in China. This network, this Chinese state-run TV network hasn't aired an NBA game since 2019. Back, I believe it was like October of 2019 when the Houston Rockets manager Daryl Morey tweeted a message about democracy in Hong Kong and expressing support for people in Hong Kong, and the NBA quickly distanced themselves from him, and I believe he was punished. I know that Morey doesn't manage the Houston Rockets anymore. Somebody else does, and it was Adam Silver who was general manager of the NBA at the time. I don't know if he still is, but he actually said that there were people in China who the NBA has to report their broadcasting to, who were demanding that Morey was fired. So you have a Chinese official in Beijing demanding that the NBA fire one of its own managers of one of its franchises because of a tweet in support of democracy. And we're a free country, and the NBA is a corporation within a free country, which doesn't mean a whole lot. Obviously, it doesn't mean much to them. So I just I guess it shows that China and the NBA are becoming friendly again. That the controversy that apparently was a big enough deal for China to wipe away 3 whole years of potential revenue, and it's a popular sport in China now, and that's why the NBA is doing all this, and they're willing to sell their souls in order to make a little bit of extra money in China, even if it means not standing for anything, and certainly not standing for democracy or human rights, given they're willing to do business with a country that's doing genocide to the Uyghur population as we speak. So I don't understand. I mean, I know why they're doing it, but it's still unfortunate, and it really just shows that the NBA is by far the most compromised in professional sports as far as from external forces. And when when I'm talking about the NBA, I'm talking about them. It's important to see them not just as a professional sports organization, but to see them as the corporation and the media analogous entity that it is. I mean, the NBA has loads of sponsorships, and I mean, the NBA makes most of their money on TV and sponsorships, and they're broadcasting and sponsorships and commissions, but it's so much of their money comes from sources that can cut off their funding if the NBA does something they disagree with. I mean, when you are contributing ad money, that money can be pulled at any time if you feel that your needs aren't being met by. Well, that's the NBA is dependent on that money, and they're dependent on Chinese money, and they clearly will do anything to get back in their graces, and Adam Silver, the manager of the NBA, he claimed that there was no way that he was going to fire Morey based on those demands of the Chinese officials, but Morey's no longer with the NBA, so he's no longer managing the Houston Rockets, so I don't know what happened there, but So the NBA is clearly cozying up to the Chinese once again, and it means that as a sports organization, a media analogous entity, such as one that is heavily dependent on advertising and broadcasting, and they are compromised, especially given that they're not just American corporate compromise, but they're Chinese government. I mean, they're compromised by entities other than American ones, and much more ominously, one that has quickly become our biggest geopolitical rival, America's geopolitical rival in China. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on the NBA, and not that it means much to them, but I just think that anybody should hesitate to do business with, or anybody should hesitate. I like football, and football is fine with me. I'm not a basketball fan, so I don't really have much to protest the NBA with. So, but some of you may, and the NFL's still a pretty good sport. You know, I like my football, and that's what I would recommend over the NBA if they're going to continue down this line, which clearly they are. So, anyway, thank you guys.